Here we go. Let's jump right on in. GogojOey was waiting a while. He's eager for what would potentially be his next prey. Or, on the flip side, EnDerr, he's been warming up. And it's been culminating to this moment. Will he get one above the best player from Hong Kong? Let's see.
Let's find out.
We shall, as we start off a series in familiar territory. Once again, the LE Submarine. The LE Submarine. We all live in the LE Submarine. Top left-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the top left-hand corner, the blue Zerg player coming down from the land of Hong Kong. He is going to be representing himself as he is currently teamless. And team owners out there, please give this player a call or like Twitter DM him or Discord or something. Something along those lines. We have GogojOey.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Submarine LE, we have the Filipino Zerg player, the DreamHack 2020 Winter Oceania representative. He is representing Liab Esports. It is EnDerr.
And you know what, Light? I wasn't sure if I wanted to mention it, but since you opened up the floodgates, exclamation mark Funara Revenant in the chat.
Mate, asking for the VIP badge when I haven't even seen you sign up once for our tournaments. Also, what did EnDerr?
My head.
Drone Scout?
Yeah,
he did. Oh my! I forgot that he does this. Yeah, he did this last week as well.
It's like the only other player apart from yourself, like that I know who does this.
I don't drone scout in ZvZ. Literally the only player I know who does this. He did this against Oreo as well. It's very odd, but again, you know, EnDerr, I guess he feels confident that, hey, I can take the economic losses as long as I know what I'm up against, and I can see something like an early pull coming a mile away.
Exactly, and it's so important to do this against GogojOey. I feel like EnDerr and GogojOey are kind of two opposites, really. GogojOey is the much more active player. He will not wait to see what his opponent's doing and try to react to that. He is going to be trying to take control right from the start, whereas EnDerr is a bit more fluid.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know how fluid, but either. Like, again, like, that's what I love about our Southeast Asian Zerg players, is that they all have their own distinct style. You know, you can argue that, yeah, they're all kind of aggressive and they're all kind of crazy, but again, like, there are differences to them. And we see how they kind of react and collide with each other here. So I'm really curious to see what EnDerr has in store for us here. Again, he has kind of been leveling up over the past couple of weeks. And GogojOey, he's usually our Kong of the weekly, but EnDerr is looking to take that from him.
Well, he's not going to take that from him if he wins the whole thing, but, you know.
I'm glad you caught on to that.
I'm definitely very excited. Really hyped to see what EnDerr does, and he's going for a very quick third. Literally the only Southeast Asia Zerg player who does this, Light.
I know, right? What a madman. He's getting a third hatch.
Third base. I mean,
you know what? Someone who's link flooding, because we got 20 links on the way for EnDerr. It is nicely lined up with a link speed, and on a map like Submarine, this is gonna hit hard and fast. GogojOey, he does have a full wall. He does have a couple of queens behind this. There is no energy for transfuse though. And
he's even getting his range upgrade, which he's hoping to use that later on for his roaches, but in the meantime, his queens are going to have quite a benefit from him. Not if you supply cap, though. That is painful.
Oh, exactly. And I'm a little bit surprised EnDerr, he does kind of just poke forward, he sees the wall, and he backs off, and you know what? He drones up.
Yeah, he's got a third base. He might as well. He's already at the advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
This is big brains.
And again, with these links, you don't necessarily have to break through. All you have to do is contain your opponent to 2 bases. Like, it's almost impossible for GogojOey to break out and try and expand with all these links right outside.
EnDerr was just playing 4D chess here. He got that base just in case he wasn't able to break through here.
Oh boy.
Wait, that actually makes sense. No, that's not what I was going for.
Oh god, and we see EnDerr, he's going up to Lair, he's taking his gases, working on his upgrades. Sure, his Roach Warren is a little bit later, and his Lair is much later compared to GogojOey. So GogojOey, he will have that advantage, you know, those speed roaches. We'll see how EnDerr responds to this. He will have the Roach Warren in time to make his own roaches, but he may want to throw down some side defense.
Yeah, he might as well, honestly. I do not really favor his chances. GogojOey has a golden opportunity pretty soon to just move across the map while EnDerr is still sort of droning up. Just needs to really realize it and grasp it.
Exactly, and GogojOey just juked EnDerr, by the way. He was poking, prodding, and GogojOey did get his third up and running. EnDerr was actually rotating around trying to look for the drone. So yeah, the Lings were just not in position to deny that. And so,
with that, we're slowing things down a little.
Yeah,
GogojOey not liking his chances of pushing out yet.
Yeah, I mean, Roach Speed just finished up, and there we go. As soon as it finished up, he can be active with his roaches, but these Lings are kind of forcing him to at least keep a couple of roaches at home. Otherwise, at the risk of even these queens getting picked up.
Just like he demonstrates, immediate surround. Was able to wall off in the end there, but losing even a single queen here is not a loss that GogojOey can really afford too much. Again, he was behind economically for the longest time this game.
That he was. And EnDerr even confirming that the third base has been taken for GogojOey, but unfortunately EnDerr, he can't really do much here about it. He was able to force GogojOey to stay at home with his roaches, and now the time has come and gone where GogojOey could have hit some kind of timing. EnDerr, he's got his own roaches, he's even got a spine, he's got a couple of queens, and he's catching up in terms of the upgrades.
Well, I tell you what, Light, how about timing part 2?
Electric Boogaloo?
Electric Boogaloo, yeah. I was gonna say that's when EnDerr is still on +1 and GogojOey is +2, but EnDerr is actually getting +2 now as well. He will get it a little bit later than GogojOey will, but even still, that's not the biggest of deals when it's Roach v Roach. The Ravager's not gonna be of too much use here for GogojOey. Does force EnDerr to kite back a little bit, but in the end, not too consequential.
Yeah, exactly, and nicely done there by EnDerr. He was able to jump on top of the army as the Ravagers were morphing in. He was even able to snipe a Ravager as well. So yeah, EnDerr just playing this out incredibly well. He's caught up when it comes to Roach Speed. +2, as you said, is not too far behind. So any kind of advantage that GogojOey had earlier has come and gone. And now EnDerr, with the superior economy, he's going to skyrocket ahead in terms of supply.
He absolutely will. EnDerr, the ball is in this court at the moment. He's forcing GogojOey to be a little indecisive here. This is not something we see often when GogojOey plays. He typically will attack, and he's confident in his attack, and he gets something out of it. Usually just wins the game from there, but being forced back a couple of times, GogojOey's really just going back and forth, evaluating his options and not finding an answer.
Yeah, I mean, right now he does have a timing, he does have a window where he does have +2. +2 is not done yet for EnDerr.
But he's moving into a bit of a concave here. The corrosive vials very far in EnDerr's favor. He's pushing it forward with his superior numbers, but army upgrade advantage rather is really starting to show how useful it can be. A little bit of a misrel there for EnDerr, a little bit of a move command, and he just loses a lot of roaches unnecessarily for that. This is the ball going back into GogojOey's court.
But you know what? +2 finally finished up, but is it too late is the real question. We do have GogojOey reinforcing across the map. I believe he may just barely have too many roaches. The reinforcements are coming in for EnDerr, though. He does have the defender's advantage.
Oh, but he eats one too many biles to the face over there. GogojOey taking a vast, huge numerical lead. And even with this concave, it is not quite going to be enough to hold the line. EnDerr might hold with the spine crawler now, but GogojOey's just going to back away, regroup with the rest of his army, and look at that, Light. He's caught up pretty dang hard. Or not just caught up, overtaken pretty dang hard when it came to the army supply. Then again, EnDerr has defender's advantage.
He does. He does need to reposition his spine though, as it is not in position. There we go. He does uproot it. Meanwhile, GogojOey is just pushing on forward, not allowing EnDerr to get any kind of good position whatsoever.
this really just goes to show you, give GogojOey even the slimmest of chances, he will run all the way home with it.
Exactly, and he still has that upgrade advantage as well. He has +1 carapace, +2 carapaces on the way. The drones are forced off the line for EnDerr, kind of a desperation move. The spine was taken out earlier. With these drones, it looks like maybe EnDerr can hold on, but oh my god, so much damage is being done.
He has just lost his economic advantage line, and he did not have an army advantage to begin with. GogojOey, he's taking our first map. I'm calling it now.
Oh yeah, he's broken EnDerr here. Like, oh my god, EnDerr, he's barely got anything left. He lost 11 drones, and GG gets called.
What a comeback coming out from GogojOey. It looked so good for EnDerr for the longest time, but just a couple of blunders when it came to the engagements, really.
Not
and
just
the line
that,
was broken.
not just that, but also it was very solid of GogojOey to find like that window where he did have +2 and his opponent didn't, and really utilize that as best as he could for as long as he could. Eventually EnDerr did catch up, but by the time he did, like, he had already lost or traded inefficiently against his opponent.
He absolutely did. And I really thought that we would have a string together this narrative, lad. I was like, yeah, EnDerr, he's back. But GogojOey is the big Hong Kong, for a reason.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, there's a reason why, as you said, GogojOey has been one of the top players of GPO for the entirety of 2020. He's such a solid player. He's the best player in all of Hong Kong. And EnDerr already down in this series, and now GogojOey just needs one more win to knock him down.
Yeah, they can go up against Mio Micah.
Oh boy. Also, shout out to Quirky in the middle of that game. Quirky did resub. Thank you so much, subscribing 23 months in a row.
All right, how are we doing these quacks?
At quack.
Quack.
Quack quack.
Quack quack.
Quack.
Grah.
Skra.
Skip book da get ga. We're up to 15 now.
How much was that?
We're up to 15 now.
Quack. Quack quack.
Or 19. That's 32. Skra.
Beautiful. Quack.
There we go. And speaking of quacks, here we are in the top left-hand corner map, starting all the way to the top left-hand corner of Light Shade LE. We're in the top left-hand. I already said that. The blue Zerg player coming out from the land of Hong Kong. He is the best player to come out from Hong Kong. He is representing himself. As he's currently teamless, we have GogojOey.
Hey, we are so lucky that both players went for a hatch first. It really worked out there. Spawning in the bottom right hands corner of Light Shade ALE, we have the Filipino Zerg player, the red Zerg himself, Caviar. Oh my god, I've forgotten.
Napoleon
Marquises Acampado himself, representing the land of the Philippines and Liab Esports. It is EnDerr. How could I forget Napoleon? God damn.
That's
the easy one.
Yeah, it's the easy one. I was gonna say that's the best part of his name, but then again, Caviar. That's pretty slick.
Man, Marquises Acampado. Man, I just.
Acampado.
Man, it's beautiful. It's a work of art.
There's one name that rivals that, and that is Jaime Duran Arturo Silencio, and one name that goes above both of them, and that's Max Goddamn Angel.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Together they'll form the best goddamn team ever known, and we can't let it happen. It's
It's
like
too dangerous.
It's like Sarah versus Maru. It's just something that has to be.
Saint ready to handle that, yeah. Then again, we did actually have Cyril versus Maru last year in what was it? It wasn't King of Kongs. It wasn't what's it called? It wasn't Battle of the whatchamacalls it. It
What?
was
King of Battles?
Conquerors. King of Battles. There we go.
King of Kongs.
I was like, I was like, it's not King of Kongs. It's not Battle of the Americas. But it had King and Battle in it, so.
You got there in the end, mate. You got there in the end. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Just took a bit of a roundabout way.
oh god. Meanwhile, things are kicking off again. As we said, there were just pretty economic openers coming up from both players. EnDerr did go for a bit of a faster gas, so we do see Link speed on the way. Meanwhile, GogojOey is skipping Link speed altogether, going straight into roaches.
He knew what won him game number 1, and now he's looking to continue that. There is an opportunity for EnDerr to sort of take advantage of that, maybe be a little bit greedy at the start, and then just try to defend his base as much as he can. He's already going for a quicker third hatch than GogojOey is. This is going to be looking in a pretty good position economically. How is he going to defend it, though?
Yeah, that's the big question here, and what I'm a little bit concerned about. If I quickly check the vision of EnDerr, I mean, he did go in earlier, and he should have seen that there were no Lings, but yeah, he's still not 100% sure what GogojOey is going for, and GogojOey, he could hit hard with this. But I'm also curious to see if GogojOey just takes a late expand like he did in the previous game. Oh my god, is he going to take a Spire?
Come on. Yes!
I don't know what to believe anymore.
Bamboozlement coming out from GogojOey Light.
He's not even getting +1 melee. That's what's throwing me off. Like,
he's pulling a Mio Micah.
Oh my god.
He's going Roach Muta? Might as well. It worked if it worked for Mio.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that you can do. I'm just shooketh right now, especially because like all this gas is being spent on the roaches, so it's not a massive commitment into the mutas, which is what we normally expect. He does have a backup plan behind this, but we'll see if this pays off. I mean, to be fair, you don't need that many mutas to one-shot drones.
I'm trying to do the calculation in my head. Yeah, it's like 2 mutas.
It's 5,
2 mutas?
I believe.
5 mutas, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need too many of them. You just need 5.
I know you need 5 for probes. I assume the same is for drones. But
oh yeah, they have the same health.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. EnDerr
I'm
does
saying oracles. It's 2 oracles.
EnDerr does dive in with his Overseer. He sees the lair, he sees the gases. He does not see the gases in the natural. He does not see the Spire. So yeah, again, he is in the dark a little bit. He's sending a changeling in, but the mutas are already on the way.
They're about to pop out. Best case scenario, this changeling sees the mutas, but it was not meant to be. GogojOey, a master of denying this information. And EnDerr thinks it's just going to be Roach v. Roach. He's getting his Roaches back at home light. He's getting a lot of Constitution. What he's not getting is Spores. Now he sees the Spire. But the mutas are already halfway across the map.
Exactly, I was going to say, is it too late? The mutas are starting to take out a couple of Overlords here and there, and they can dive into the mineral line. There's only a single Queen here to defend. But no, instead, GogojOey, he's content with just Overlords.
He's delaying his, he's playing with his food a little.
Oh boy, I mean, he's forced back. Like, the roaches reveal themselves in the center of the map, and again, this is a deadly amount of roaches coming in here for EnDerr. GogojOey has to defend with everything that he has, including these mutas.
And EnDerr is not even coming to the attack. He just wanted to buy himself some time so he could get the Spores back at home. Mission accomplished. He's going back to the rest of his fighting force. EnDerr is ahead in army supply, mind you.
He is. I'm concerned about this. Like, I mean, he did segment off a couple of roaches to hit the third base. Honestly, I love this. Is it enough, though? Oh my god, it seems to be, as the mutas deal nothing across the map.
Yeah, EnDerr was getting a lot of Spore Crawlers on, I believe, 3 per each base. Okay, he was getting like 5 Spore Crawlers earlier on.
Yeah, he has plenty of them to cover each and every single one of his bases, and we do see he's investing even further into his roaches. Tunneling Claws on the way, Borrow on the way as well.
And he is just hardcore committing to the Roach army. I mean, this is the age-old saying, isn't it? Like, if you get enough roaches on the ground, you do not need to care whatsoever about the mutas in the sky. It's not even getting Hydra's light.
Yeah, he doesn't even care, mate. He cares. He doesn't care whatsoever, and we'll see if he can get away with this. Especially because GogojOey actually remade the mutas, which is a little bit surprising to me, to be honest. I thought we were kind of done with it, but he still believes that he can get something done with these mutalisks. Whether he can, I mean, he can pick off a couple of drones in the gas, I guess, if he's careful.
I'm going to see it. Might be able to deny gas for one of these guys. Picks off a couple of drones. Picks off a single drone.
There you go, but he needs a little bit more than that. But the queens are here to defend. At the same time, the roaches are getting into all the bases. There are a couple of roaches in the main. There are a couple of roaches here in the natural. There's a couple at the third. And the Umbras.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Light, but isn't this GogojOey's play normally?
Normally it is.
And they're giving him a taste of his own medicine.
Exactly, exactly. A couple of drones do go down. Not too many, though. And as a result, GogojOey, he is getting detection in each of his bases. Spores are getting thrown down.
I guess the important thing is that GogojOey's army is very much stuck in the main bases. He's split up his army as well to deal with each harassment force, and that just allows EnDerr to come in with his entire army. They're about to be even on upgrades, or even on weapons upgrades, I should say. And EnDerr should, at the very least, be able to take out the Zerg base. I don't think he's going to be able to break through, but yeah, there's still a lot of damage to be done.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it looks like GogojOey has a superior force on the ground as the roaches do take everything out. But I love this EnDerr. He splits off his army. We do see a couple of roaches headed into the natural. The roaches once again are borrowing the main, but GogojOey was ready and waiting for them. He does deal with them in the end. And GogojOey has just been able to defend immaculately. Oh, we'll lose the queen.
Yeah, he's lost a queen, but he hasn't lost a single drone so far. I spoke too soon. He's losing a couple of drones, but not too many.
Yeah.
Been able to keep his third base pretty immaculate.
And honestly, this is fine. Like 5 drones go down in the end after all of those roaches, and now GogojOey has a massive supply lead. He's pushing out across the map. We were talking about the hydras. The hydras are finally out for EnDerr. He has to be careful. He has to make sure they are behind the roaches. They aren't too exposed.
Yeah, hydras deal a lot more damage, but they are a lot more squishy. The glass can unit of Zerg, really.
Oh yeah, definitely, and we see GogojOey just pushing on forward onto the Roach Hydra army of EnDerr, and EnDerr, he just doesn't have the numbers. Or does he?
No, he does not quite yet. The Biles are gonna land, making EnDerr have even less numbers, and now he's forced to pull every single one of his boys from this base, losing every single one of them as well. EnDerr is starting to catch up on the army supply, but he has paid a heavy cost for that, to say the least. He has to go for some kind of big play now to try to catch up against GogojOey, right? Try to, I don't think he can double expand, but, you know, kill a third base. At the very least, that's what he's got to do.
The problem is that, like, that borrowed Roach play had to deal more damage. I thought that it would. I'm so impressed by the defense of GogojOey, because in the end, what, like 4 drone kills and that's it? That's all he got? Like, that's not worth the investment of the upgrades whatsoever, let alone the roaches that he lost trying to pull it off.
Well, GogojOey is typically the player to go for roach harass like this, so yeah, he knew how to defend against it too. You know, GogojOey is going for some more multi-prong attacks coming in here. He doesn't even need to, honestly, like, he's got such a better force here to the south.
Yeah, exactly. And just look at the way that GogojOey dances against the Biles of EnDerr. Just nothing lands. The roaches are getting into the mineral line, and EnDerr, he's just having so much trouble keeping up here. Just taking bile after bile to the face. His hydras are running low, and GogojOey, he's just breaking through.
To the other side, and there we have it. GogojOey is going to be your other upper bracket finalist. Going to face Mika. GG. Well played.
GG, as you said, GogojOey not dropping a single map there against his opponents. Like if we were talking about, you know, maybe things will switch up here, maybe EnDerr has unlocked his inner beast, especially after that G Fuel run, but no, GogojOey knocks that dream down. We're here. We are back to normalcy with GogojOey versus Mika.
Somebody calls F when because it's time.
Yep. It's the time of the week.